Still, looks like this main is completely undefended, finally getting some additional turrets up. So if these Mulisks go directly for the main, they're going to be able to catch these turrets before they're produced. Looks like a lot of Mulisks moving their way down. So Incontrol once again investing very heavily into this attack. Between that and the Zerglings he lost earlier, that could be devastating. He is moving his way to the main, but it looks like it's just going to be a little bit too slow. That weapons 1 is going to be up before he really wants it up, and having to back up before they're really properly stacked. And I really want to see some Incontrol Mutalisk Micro to see how much it's improved now, but it looks like he's going to have to back off a little bit. Really investing in those Mutalisks. He's got to go get something, pick off a couple Marines here and there, taking a couple free hits, it looks like, from that turret. That turret right there on that edge would really be a good corner. So able to pick off 1 Marine right there, which wasn't too shabby. It looks like he does have 3 Marines in the barracks otherwise. And it looks like Idra is actually pretty well shelled up. And I don't know, even with decent Mutalisk Micro, that Incontrol really want to be making any sort of harassment against this. Looks like he's going to try to take that other hatchery to get a quick third gas at the 9 o'clock position, well, 10 o'clock position. See how it transitions this, and now getting those lurkers to really abuse those maps, those ramps, and provide a little bit more defense. Unfortunately for him, already some siege tanks being produced, as well as that starport with that science facility. So it looks like Idra is going to start pressing. I don't think he's worrying about taking a third base. I think he's going to press into Control immediately after this. Use those siege tanks to range, and use those science vessels to provide some detection. And just rely on the fact that Incontrol isn't going to have a ton of Mutalisks up above. That's the other problem with being classically known for not having very good Mutalisk Micro. You can kind of go where you can basically be a little bit more confident in these tank strategies that you're not going to end up with your troops picked off. Science Vessel and Irradiate being produced, looks like 5 bases on production, some Marines to the north. And this is a nice position for it too, because it doesn't look like this is anywhere where Incontrol can really scout what's coming, and it looks like I don't think that tank is really in a scouted position otherwise. Lurkers being morphed here at the pure 9 o'clock position, so I think Incontrol thinking one step ahead, maybe hoping that he can take that 9 o'clock base as well and secure an additional gas, maybe get a flank across the midfield, maybe set a lurker trap here into the middle as well, wandering out with a single Zergling to do some scouting. I think right there he saw the 2 siege tanks, and let's see how well he can hold this back, moving those lurkers. This is just going to have to be a delay tactic. He's going to try to, he wants to pick off those siege tanks as quickly as possible, and actually going to make an aggressive maneuver running forward here, which again with those ramps a little bit risky there. Those science vessels getting killed very quickly, but he losing a lot of troops right there. Oh man, that was an absolutely brutal attack. Lost all of his lurkers, lost a lot of his Mutalisks, just kind of attack moving them across that large marine force. Wasn't able to pick off that science vessel, which would have been absolutely key right there. And now he just has a skeleton crew to try to defend his base, trying to quickly move to Hive, and he's in a very vulnerable position. I don't think Idra is going to let him hold it here. I think Idra is going to move out. Yeah, moving out right now. And this is the absolute worst position. His one hope is that he's going to be able to run in, pick off the science vessel, and just keep Idra back with a couple of lurkers. With any sort of luck, that will be happening, and we'll see a little bit longer game into transition. But otherwise, Idra's just going to run right over him. Looks like he's getting a second starport to continue pumping the science vessels. And yeah, starting to move forward. I thought maybe he'd play a little bit more of that defensive game and just rely on that mid-game contain and control, but no, he's going to go right for the jugular, heading directly to the main, right as that Hive is up, right as we're seeing that transition tech. Let's see that Defiler mound being placed right now, and it's going to be a while before Defilers are out. It's probably going to be even longer before we really see any sort of attack troop that can deal with this. Irradiating the Zergling even after not seeing any Mutalisks. The Zergling's getting completely worked. Irradiated a lurker there. And now, yeah, Incontrol not going to be able to hold this for very long. Just pouring the Zerglings out as best he can. He does have one lurk in the background, but more science vessels are going to be up shortly, so even if he does land the Scourge, I don't think it's going to last all that long. Nothing defending this front door except that single lurker, more lurkers morphing. Incontrol knows it. And there's GG. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Very nicely played by Idra altogether. Incontrol just getting caught completely off balance, I have to say. But Idra reading him very well. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for listening.